One thing about the red pill, they are going to trend the fuck out of a word. Y'all, let's talk about the trendy red pill words. Ab hominem, acquiesce. What's the new word, y'all?
Now,
Cause
what if
y'all getting on my
you do what
fucking
I
nerves
said?
with
Look at you
these red
derailing.
pill.
Go ahead,
Acquiesce.
add that
I
one up.
must be
Transform.
Please
Wait.
add
acquiesce.
that one
So
too.
I wish
So
a woman
DJ,
would
who in here red
acquiesce
pill?
to my
Who's
program.
red?
Please
Who's
tell us
Y'all,
red?
who's
Who?
red pill.
let's
Who is
talk.
red
Who's
Let's
red
pill?
talk
pill?
about how y'all are delusional about the fact that y'all are red pill, manosphere, and all that.
Yeah,
Name
and
names.
you
That's
It
two
Name.
different
is
things.
Specifically
You know
say
that,
the
right?
name.
that
and
y'all a
those are
hybrid.
totally
You're
different
a
things.
hybrid,
Who's a hybrid?
y'all.
You don't know what we are.
Y'all
Chris,
who?
she's
Y'all,
exposing that she's
you know
audience of
what
Red
we.
Pill. If she know all of their lingo and shit, she have to be sit up there watching and shit.
Hey,
Y'all are
she be on.
everywhere,
Hey,
bro.
you know how they be having a picture of the person typing, and it be a smiley face on top of a mad face. That be DJ, and everybody comments. This motherfucker is a misogynist.
I swear, every time
Damn
I
red
fucking
pill son of a bitch.
wait, every time I type in Red Pill anywhere or any panels of shit, I see
DJ in
DJ
the
in the panel.
comments.
Boom.
She on the panel like this.
She on the panel.
Period.
You motherfucking lying ass nigga, you. That be
I was like,
DJ.
is she the
Nigga,
host?
you
I can't stand
like
you.
Candyman. Boom.
Trolling
Shit.
at its finest, dog.
What's crazy?
Troll.
What's crazy is, and
Basically,
I'm gonna stand by this.
So
go ahead,
I'm a
Chad.
challenge. I'm a challenge DJ to this though. You want to know what's funny? Everybody on this panel can talk about a time where I've defended women and I've said something in defense of women.
You
Can
have.
anybody on this panel tell me a time that DJ has defended men?
DJ, she spoke highly of me. A couple
That's
weeks
a
ago.
Not
good
you,
question.
that's a
Marcus.
good one.
Men.
Well, Marcus is a
Marcus,
man.
when you gonna learn you don't count?
I think she was
You
defending men. She
you're an
did.
anomaly, my brother.
No, she haven't.
When you
She
gonna learn,
defended
bro?
men.
No, she haven't.
She defended men. She defended her man. She said her man was a
No,
provider
we ain't
and that
talking
he
Come
was
about
a
on.
no. We
masculine.
said defended
I
men.
defend men
Which
that are
one? She just got a new one.
defendable.
Yeah.
You ain't never defended a man.
I
You ain't never
defend
defended a
men
man.
that are
You know?
defendable.
What does that look like?
Wow.
It looks like you being on your job. It looks like you being the leader that you are screaming that you are.
Explain how you defend them. Please tell me what words do you use? What do you talk about? When was the last time you said on a public platform something in favor of men in
You guys
general?
have actually been in my spaces when I have been favorable to men, when I've
No, you
said
haven't.
positive things about men. I
No,
have.
you haven't. And I've
I
been
have.
there. And I've listened. And anything that is and everything that is said about men that a man or a man has said, you have found a way to try to demonize it, shout it down. As a matter of fact, you know what's crazy? The other day we were on a panel with you, right? And I got up there with you. And one of the ladies on your panel, let me go ahead and get the tears going. One of the ladies on your panel was holding a man, had a derogatory picture, a profile picture of a woman holding a man by his genitals, and you was laughing about that as if that was funny. You thought that was hilarious that you saw a picture of a man being hung by his genitals and that was okay. You didn't say, "Oh my God, that's terrible to do that." You didn't say that's
Did you
horrible.
just silence her? God.
No,
Andre, I got a
Wow.
question. When you look at men, can you tell who likes to be dominated and who
She
don't?
made a mistake and unplugged her damn microphone. That's what she did.
Can I tell who wants to be? Say that one more time.
When you look at men, can you like determine who want to be dominated and who don't?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When you go through the
Don't
dating
give her that type
process,
of. Don't hype her.
the dating process, you get to
Y'all
know a
know
person.
me. It's some men who like to be dominated.
Have you ever seen
I'm
any of them
glad
on panel?
Crab spoke up for that.
Would
Have
you
you
say?
ever seen any of them on the panel, Andrea?
I mean, I never dated anybody on the panel, so I wouldn't know y'all in that sense.
It's men like this on this panel that like to be
She basically
dominated.
she's saying no. I'm like,
You
Yeah,
sound
what I'm
stupid as
saying.
heck.
about as
Okay.
dumb as a box of rocks.
Tripping sound
Would you
I
dumb as
get
say?
it.
heck, bro.
You supposed to keep up the appearances. We get it.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, the dating process, you get to vet a person's personality in a romantic sense. So yeah, that's when I would be able to gauge if they're allowing me to be a little bit more dominant and if they like it.
Wow.
Wow. So DJ, when you say hybrid, right? So that would be red pill / what?
Manosphere.
What is the
That's
What the
manosphere?
fuck is that?
Yeah,
Y'all,
this is manosphere for sure.
just look in the mirror.
I'm
Right
just asking,
there.
like, what is your
It's
definition of the
manosphere.
manosphere?
I can
Just
tell you
look
my
in the mirror.
definition. I think the manosphere is when it's always putting like for we talk about men issues. You guys always talk about what women are doing. Like maybe 10% is what men are doing. Y'all 90. I mean, King Talk, I can give you that, but 90%, I can guarantee before I even get on this panel, we're about to talk about women. We're about to talk about women.
Is that, is that,
Women. The prediction is next week we're going to talk about women.
so fair enough, but is that what the but what do you think the manosphere
What
is
women
supposed
not
to be?
doing? I guarantee.
Because you know that the manosphere is basically a space that is by men for men to talk about man issues. And honestly, the reality is 90% of our issues, I know they got that song, 99 Problems, but a bitch ain't one. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all are a lot of our goddamn problems. That's why we talk about your ass.
But
That's
we're
also
just telling you what makes the manosphere. That's why what that you guys.
it's male advocacy. That's literally what it is.
So
and yet y'all have a problem with feminism.
And just put this on the record. All the ladies on here right now, yeah, all the ones who identify as ladies. Let me just make that clear. Y'all have seen me come to y'all defense. Come to a defense of a woman.
Yes, you have.
Thank you.
You've heard me do it too.
I think
DJ.
We've seen you have an exorcism and it wore off. That's what we saw.
No.
Personally, I haven't seen it. Personally.
I think
I don't even think
I know you tripping. I came to your defense.
DJ, you lying.
I was talking about
you.
I was talking about.
I mean, Andrea, you
I'm
lying.
about to say, Andrea, I came to your defense.
Darwin, you
Andrea,
pulled the
I came to your
biggest
defense
Uno
in Atlanta
reverse
in
in
person when we was on the
history.
panel together.
Darwin and Sweeney tried to turn up on Marcus, who's more of the liberal-minded men on this panel, and try to make him look red pill. Y'all try to pull a crazy ass Uno reverse, and then ultimately just backslid straight to hell.
What did we backslide on?
Everything.
Like what?
Darwin himself told me that Jesus showed him the way, child.
So what
Hallelujah.
What are you talking about?
And then
when did this happen?
you wandered back through the tunnel, and now here you are back in hell.
What did we backslide on?
I think she's talking about the conversation where you guys were when Marcus was for teaching his son to be like.
You got
it. Were saying no, that's against
Marcus. My bad, Bruiser. Did you change your opinion on that?
No, I don't think I did.
Me either.
Shan,
but that opinion cannot exist in a vacuum.
Have you heard me say, go out there and bust girls down?
That opinion cannot exist in a vacuum. You cannot say we should teach our girls what we teach our boys, and then feel how you feel about everything else. Where's
I
the
know what it is,
consistency?
Sweeney. She thought because we challenged the other men on King Talk months ago.
That meant we were going to become feminists?
We were crowning ourselves misandrous.
Okay, no,
so
not what I meant at all.
You know what this is?
I thought
this
you were going
only
to
supports.
actually evolve into a better human being.
Gotta be quicker than that.
It only supports it.
Because you niggas is not going back to college, so why would I think you would be evolving to a better thinking?
So you just agreed that a misandrous is a better
you make a choice.
On the record.
A lot of y'all make decisions to be recessive. That's a choice.
Marcus is a liberal. I didn't know that.
Nah. So DJ, the only thing that this proves is that men are willing to hold each other accountable.
I said more liberal-minded compared to y'all.
Yeah. Well,
he is pretty liberal.
It's just showing that men are willing to hold each other accountable, even on the panels. That's all that shows, is that we are going to go for what we believe is right versus like, okay, the hell with all women. We're not really off that. If we see something that a man says that we disagree with, we'll call it out. And we'll be good after that.
The logic isn't consistent, Trev. The logic ain't logic.
Please tell me what logic that I said is not consistent. Please tell me what I've said that is not consistent.
Nothing you say. I'll tell you one that just happened this episode. I was using the term males one day because
Mm-hmm.
I want people to catch it. I'm saying male this, male that, because y'all love calling women female
Mm-hmm.
this, female that. I explained to y'all how dehumanizing it is and that a lot of women don't like it. It's a dog whistle to misogyny. Y'all laughed at me. So one day I came on the panel and I began to use the word male. Male this,
Mm-hmm.
male that. And lo and behold, here comes Sweeney with his misogynistic cape. Wait a minute. Why are you calling us males? And I
Oh,
said,
all right.
hold on, let me
Fair enough.
finish.
Oh, go ahead. Go
Let me
ahead.
finish.
Then
And
I'm
I
gonna fry you.
said,
Then I'm gonna fry you.
aha. And then you were like, oh, please. Now today, Trev, you're gonna catch a stray.
Don't say nothing,
Cause
Trev.
Trev is he is king female. Female this,
Ooh.
female that, female left,
Don't
female
say nothing,
right.
Trev.
Right?
Called you a simp, bro.
So then I sat back and I crossed my arms and I waited for Sweeney to interject. Do
Mm-hmm.
you think
Oh no,
this
no, she
man
didn't call
here
him a simp.
interjected? Absolutely not.
All right. So you ready to get cooked?
Walking contradiction.
First and foremost, you ready to get cooked? First and foremost, Trev also used the word males on this panel several times.
So why didn't you
Hold on,
interrupt
wait a
him
minute.
either?
Hold on, wait a minute.
He
Wait a
does not
minute.
use
Hold on.
males. He called them
He
men.
definitely he
He
said
called
males.
them men.
He used males, and you
I
can.
listen right
No,
after
you
he
didn't.
said
No, you
female.
didn't.
He said, and the men. Go back and
And then he
rewind.
also used the word
Roll
males
back
on
the
this.
beautiful
I
beam
get it. I
footage.
get it. I get it. But he on this very show, he also used the word males. And as a matter of fact, I addressed it in the comments.
If grasping for
I said,
straws was
hold on,
a
wait.
person, child.
I said, Lord and behold, it's almost as if context and intent doesn't matter. That was one of my comments in the chat, and you can go back and read it.
Did
Now
y'all
here's
know
the
that
now
when
hold on,
Sweeney is
wait.
lying, he
Here's
puts
the
his
kick.
hand up against
Here's
his
the kicker.
face? Did y'all
Here's the
know that
kicker.
about him?
Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Now I want you to listen because I let you say what you had to say. The day that I criticized you for using the word male, it was only after you tried to talk shit about somebody for using the word female. Then you turned around and used the word male. And I said, don't you think that's a little offensive to call men males
Yeah.
after you just complained about using? The
Notice
thing
the
is,
hills that you die on.
here's
Very
the tripped out. Here's
convenient.
the tripped out part though. I don't give a flying fuck whether y'all use male or female. It never bothered me. I didn't
Okay, so you
care.
just want to be the argumentative. We got him. You
However,
just wanted to be
DJ, I let
argumentative.
you finish. DJ, I let you finish. Allow me to finish.
Oh, you finished.
However, because you decided that you wanted to point out the fact that Trev or that somebody on a panel used the word female, and then you turned around later on in that show and used the word males, I just thought I'd hold the mirror up to you and say, look how a person is being offensive about using the word female. And she just turned around and used the word male. I don't care whether y'all use it or not. But also, context matters. When Trev uses the word females, it's not an allegory for bitch. However, when you use the word males, it was an allegory for niggas.
Huh? What?
Notice how when they got
I don't
nothing
think
to
you
say,
used the
they
word
do.
allegory right.
I did. You can look it up.
Man, what how
You
did we get
told me.
how did that just sidetrack
wait.
the whole?
Yeah, we got derailed for a second.
We got the
Now
real
we
DJ,
gotta
I'm
for
look
a
trying.
at the
minute.
time.
4
I'm
hours.
trying I'm trying to grab
That
your
didn't
point
land,
about that. Did
Sweeney,
you say I was
anyway.
team female today?
My man Mark ain't said nothing in a while. What's up,
These
Mark?
males be acting crazy.
Yeah,
I'm trying to stay out the
DJ,
way, man. You know
I
the
hate
cars are
saying that
getting
shit
feel
because
shot up. It's
hold
Tommy
up,
guns,
hold up.
AKs,
Yo, so
two. What is it? 323s going through the whip.
2, 2,
It's
3,
crazy
5,
right now.
5, 6, 7, 6,
so
2.
so DJ, let me ask you, you said I was team female today?
Yes, you say female the most, I think, of anybody on this panel.
Now, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
He just asked me a question. That's what.
Now, what is that? You called him time female. Yeah, he asked you a question, but what does that have to do with the price
You
of tea in
said
China?
team female. So are
That
you
was introduced
I
to
think
dispel
we
your points
I don't think you
that
miscontextualized.
you are
dispelled anything.
Yeah.
consistent. You are not consistent.
She
you
not
said I'm
saying you
not
was
consistent?
advocating for women, Trev. She just say you use the word.
She's
female.
just saying you
Yeah.
used the term a lot. She didn't say you
Right.
advocate.
Right.
Oh.
I would like to ask a
Yeah,
question about the male and female terminology, right? What's the problem with it? And when women up here have purported that they believe in God, when the scripture says God made male and female, it literally says male and female. What's the problem with using that word? Why have women found that? Why has it evolved into a pejorative term? Like, I don't understand. Why is it
There will
negative
be
now?
literature passed out at the end of this segment. I'm not going to explain this again, or
I
you
can
can refer
explain it
to
to
my
you.
I
clip.
mean, anyone on the panel.
Thank
It
you,
definitely doesn't have to be
ladies
you.
and gentlemen.
Darwin, can you kind of let me in on the secret of what happened?
Well, if they
Google is
embrace the
right
term,
there.
if they embrace the term male and female the way God intended it to be, then they would have to admit that the gender nonconforming is sinful, and that would mean there would be self-conviction. So they, in order to absolve themselves from any conviction of deviating from the will of God, they have to kind of reject that terminology.
Performative
You get what I'm
Christianity
saying?
at its finest.
You get what I'm saying, Mark?
That makes 1,000%
I can't
sense
make
to
this
me,
up,
brother.
girl. I can't make this up.
1,000%
Sure
sense.
can.
Look at that. Look at the feminists on the panel.
Look at these
Being all upset.
misogynists.
Being
I
all
love to
upset.
see it.
The
Hercules, Hercules.
misandrous
Look at
on the
the
panel. The misandrous.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all know Black
look,
Mirror?
Not
hey,
supposed to. Not
Marcus,
supposed
they
to hurt
don't
my
Mark,
feelings.
they don't know what that word means. My fault. They don't know what
They
it means.
can't
My
spell
bad.
it. They can't spell it. I
My
know
You know
that.
that there's a research. I got to get the research. The research shows that most women who appear in manosphere panels, most of the women, 80 to 90% of the women who appear in manosphere panels, actually find the men that they're on the panels with favorable as somebody they would want to be a wife to. So the reason
Ooh,
why,
burn.
so the reason why we
Yes.
have these type of women up here suggests that they are actually attracted to us and they actually favor our leadership and our what we project. y'all can laugh at this shit. I'm gonna get y'all the
You a
research.
wild boy.
I
Girl, he
think
just
that
accused us of one of them, girl. He just accused us of
so
one of them.
I do think that there are people for me at least.
Better
I don't
motherfucking
know about
recognize.
anybody else. It's not people that I want to date, but I do think that I like having conversation with people who think along the same line as me. Even if we have a difference in opinion, I like to have conversation with people who, can
Thank you for admitting that.
I'm just being
If
honest.
y'all believe it or
have an
not,
intellectual conversation.
if y'all believe it or not, JR is quite the scout. Okay, I did not find y'all. Y'all found me. That part. But you
Yeah, I mean,
know, I
I don't
enjoyed
think if we can qualify this
dispelling.
panel as
But girl,
manosphere,
they don't
because
get it.
manosphere is supposed to be a safe space with the absent of female or let's say woman judgment, right? For men to communicate and advocate for one another. JR he know what he doing, man. We up here boxing and ducking and shaking and getting shot at. Yeah, he know exactly what he doing, Jack.
I don't want to be at all, man. That was Darwin.
Yeah, but Darwin.
Yeah.
Straight.